10, you do open logic.
Right.
And your terms are temporary.
Right.
They're temporary because you are looking for permanent ones.
Yes.
And by 12 you will have permanent ones.
Yes.
And the function of step 11, where you are doing the inherent relations, is inherent relation and interlocking terms, is that more or less the same thing?
No, not exactly. And the interlocking terms are the result.
Yeah.
So you could say in step 11 you're looking for what will become
interlocking term. Okay. And so you are playing with temporary terms of step 10 while you are looking for inherent relation, so that you can get permanent ones for step 12.
Okay, so let me explain a little, and then we'll see what's left not clear.
Okay.
One of the difficulties is that steps imply that you go in order, and when you finish 3 you do 4 and so on. But with 10, 11 and 12 you go back and forth across many times.
Right, that's what
and that's a difference. So it's a more playful feeling until you settle.
Right.
It's a more playful feeling. So you try 12, you say, oh, I've got it, and then you see, oh, that doesn't quite work. So then you're back to step 10 sometimes, saying, and this playing is very important. And my feeling about the journal, TAE, is that we didn't make that very clear, the TAE folio issue.
I see. Oh.
Because the playing is fun.
Right.
The setting it down when you finally have it, well, okay. I want to say, in addition to the ordinary use of the word is,
I have that written
I thought
down.
You would.
Is.
There are two other ways of using the word is more precisely, and they're very different.
Okay.
So in step 11, the word is, I put it in capital letters, and there you're crossing two things. Mm-hmm. And that, for example, that comes in many ways. It's a kind of thinking to do that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That big is. So if, say, like we were talking earlier, the felt sense is biological, then I would say, well, wait, biology is in some way, among other things, a felt sense. And there you're equating two things that are not at all the same.
Right.
You're crossing them.
Right.
But this is the excited, fun, interesting part, is if you do that, then you go in. So instead of saying, well, let's see, what do I know about a felt sense already, and what do I know about biology, and then trying to say something that would please both biologists and focusing people and making up something here, you would go into your sense of how biology could possibly be a felt sense. And in that way, you also have with you everything you know about biology, and you also have with you everything you know about a felt sense, but you have it in your organism. You have it in your body. You have it organically. And for a little while, the first thing to do is to fix it a little. I wanted to say biology is, among other things, a felt sense. So it's quite clear that a biological process can think.
Yeah.
So then if the concepts in biology are such that that doesn't make any sense, then that isn't how we mean biology. But there is a understanding of biology that isn't there in those concepts.
That's right.
Right? And so when we sleep and eat or something, everybody will say that's biological. But when I'm sitting here talking and gesturing and philosophizing, but that's also biological. Right. And so whatever biological means, it has to be possible.
Right.
Right? So in the process model, if you stages 5, 6, 7, and 8, but every step is step 5 in that sense.
Yes,
It's a re-modified,
Right,
so
right.
so thinking and talking is a special case of biological tissue process, right?
Right.
And it used to be that they would think it was only the brain who does any kind of thinking, but it's quite clear now that that's not true.
That's not,
Now I've begun to fill in how biology can be a felt sense and a felt sense can be biological. Now, from all that stuff that I said, I could then take some terms that could go in between if I were making a theory.
And this would be the X and the Y?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I got that.
Yes.
So the is, the IS,
So this is the big
like
is.
a big placeholder for getting into the inherent relation in there. It helps you to keep it open, to keep the space.
Well, wait with placeholder, because that's important too, but I would say you're crossing them when you say is in this big way. And the crossing has to happen in your body because
but the
you
is
are
holding it, giving you permission, or how would I put it? The is standing there so that you can do that. Is that right? So that
yes, even more strongly, it's doing that.
Right.
I am being biology.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not just asserting that somewhere else in the world out there is a biology and out there is a felt sense and I'm going to tell you about it. I'm being it.
Yeah, you are in it, yeah.
I'm being it.
Yeah.
And so I can look then to see what have I got here when I'm saying it.
Right.
Because I say it, oh, that's what you meant by placeholder.
Right.
I'm saying it before I know what it can mean.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because you're saying that these two things, one is the other, when you know perfectly well they're not.
That's right.
But then you can go see what could that mean? And this organic crossing is in a way more reliable, much more reliable, than putting the concepts together up here and saying, okay, now how do these two things relate? If you live them, they're already related, and you get to go in there and see how are they related. So the other is, the other equal sign is in step 12, where the concepts are already defined in terms of each other.
Right. Okay, so that would be this playing between step 10 and 11.
And 12,
And
because
12.
you see it doesn't work, so you go back around.
Right. So by the time you come to 12, then your terms are fixed.
Well, let's say by the time you take seriously what you have in 12, your terms are fixed.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that people know that you can start trying to do this and then it doesn't work, and then you go see why it doesn't work, and then you're back in 10 and 11. Okay.